Hello and welcome to What's Up Wednesdays. Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of What's Up Wednesdays, a weekly video series to talk motivational tips and practical advice to kick butt and get things done. If you don't know me so far, my name is Hannah. I'm a traveling photographer and entrepreneur. I own a travel company called Alternative Perspective Travel that I operate with my family. Together with my brother's production company, Beyond Lit Productions, we create content together every single week to deliver to you so you can get motivated and break down practical steps to achieving goals and ultimately accomplish what you really want in life. So as we navigate the entrepreneur world to get our own company started, we try to break down our steps week to week to deliver those tips and advice to you all so you can apply it to your life and achieve the dream goals that you have in mind for yourselves. So this week I wanted to focus on how to deconstruct your life. What does it look like to simplify a process in a practical way that doesn't seem so daunting and overwhelming that ends up just keeping you in the same place? What does it look like to start from ground zero and get a big project done? So this week I wanted to talk about our process with trying to get our office ready. So we are creating our own office. So whether you are wanting to renovate a room in your house, or maybe you have a closet that hasn't been cleaned out in a year, or maybe you have a spare bedroom that's just kind of been hoarded with a bunch of stuff that you don't know what to do with, and that is just one thorn in your side that you just cannot remove, we want you to pay attention to this video because that's what we're doing right now. We're going through it step by step, and we're going to break it down for you to apply to your own lives and make it easier for you to do the same. The first step that we had to really decide was, what is our vision for this room? We knew that we needed a designated workspace for all of my team and I to work together. My brother needed a soundproof space to level up his music production and make our video quality much better. So that was kind of our vision with creating this space. We knew it was going to be a lot of work. There was some holes that we noticed already from water leaking in the ceiling. So first we, kind of analyzed, what is our vision? What is this space going to look like when we're done? And right off the bat, what problems can we address? We knew that the leaky ceiling and the patches and things like that were going to be a problem. We knew that the windows were old, and we also knew that there were stains on the hardwood floor from a previous renter. So right away, before we pulled anything out of the room, we knew those big problems were going to be present. With that in mind, the next thing we had to do was strip the entire room clean. So I ripped all of the carpet out, we pulled all the staples out of the floor, all the nails, stripped everything down to the bare bones. With our initial vision and the problems identified and the room completely stripped down, the next thing we wanted to identify is, what are our skills? What do we already know about renovations, about design work, painting, all of that? So we borrowed help from our dad that has done a lot of different house renovations. My brother's done a lot of different things on another project for our grandpa. I've done a lot of painting and just random things to room changes from having lived in that room before. So together we knew that generally anything that we need to fix in this room, we can do within our team. So that was really positive because that meant we didn't need to outsource the work to anyone else, which is a huge money saver. Yes, it takes a little more time, but that's the bargain when you do home projects. And saving money is always a really good thing. With the room completely stripped out, we stained the floors with different chemicals. So we used a dishwash soap with different ammonia and a mix of different products to get the stains out of the hardwood floor. Sanded that down really well, and then we kind of cleaned everything out. My brother did some sanding work, my dad did some drywall and some other patches to make the ceiling level. So right now the room is completely stripped out and we're pretty much ready for paint and new carpet. But we have a huge hole in the ceiling. So that's going to be a big problem. Now that our room is completely stripped out, we can start laying down the carpet. We're going to use a sort of denim mix and then use different pods that create a soundproof effect in the room. So we're going to completely soundproof the closet. We're going to redo the windows so that makes it really airtight. Splash of fresh coat of paint, and then we're going to sand down the ceilings and do some splash of color. With our new carpet in the room, we're going to add some different artwork and do new standing up desks. So if you know someone that creates their own furniture or provides office furniture, definitely send us a message because we're looking for that right now. So if you have connections, we'd love to support your friend's business. With all of those pieces kind of in mind, then we're ready to start filming. And that is the big end goal, is to film our own videos in our own space where it's soundproof and has the best possible quality. From start to finish of doing this renovation project, it seemed like a lot of work. But when we identified the problems up front, we realized, okay, there's nothing that terrible that we can't fix ourselves. So let's go ahead and strip the whole room, because the end goal of having a space that we can use for our office and for our meetings and music production, video production, far outweighs any of the problems that we need to handle along the way. So that's what you need to look at with any sort of goal that you're looking at. You know, it's not just a closet with junk in it. It's not just a spare room with stuff you've hoarded over the years and can't use as a functional space anymore. Look at it as an extra space where you can organize your crafts, or you can organize different household items so it's easy for guests to find what they need when they come and visit. Look at that spare bedroom as money on Airbnb. You know, you can rent that space out to someone who's traveling through. Now you've got a second stream of income. You can also look at that spare bedroom as a place for your family to come and stay with you, so they don't have to spend money on an expensive hotel. You know, vision what that space is going to look like. Why do you need that space to be more practical and functional for you? And what are the benefits when you finish that project? It's not as daunting as you think it is. And just apply it the way that we talked about with the Reno project. Vision what you want it to be, strip it down to the bare bones, analyze what problems you have to fix right away and what skills you have already, and then outsource that if you really need to. But when you use the skills you have at hand and borrow skills from the people around you, the project seems a lot easier, because it's not just you doing all the drywall, all the fixing of the holes, all the painting, all the carpet. You know, we've each done a little piece of this room and collaborated together to make a functional space that's going to work for all of us. And that's how it can be for anything that you need to tackle in your life as well. It's not just a functioning closet for just you. It's not just a spare bedroom anymore. There's so many purposes that you can use with that. And when you break it down into a simple process, it's much easier to do than trying to finish everything at once and trying to, you know, put it off for another day. There's too many projects that we put off for another day, and that's why things just sit there and don't get done. But when you break it down into very simple processes, it's so much easier to grasp. The takeaway message for breaking things into a simple process: in the end, we have a great studio, which is amazing, or we have a spare bedroom that's clean, or a closet that's functional. But what is the purpose in between all of those steps? Well, the purpose is the discipline behind it. You're disciplined enough to create a process that works for you and apply that in simple steps, so then in the end goal you get what you need and what you want, and you've learned so much along the way to get there. I've learned how to break down things into simple goals now, and I can apply that in other ways. Replace the Reno project with a school test. You're not going to just pick apart at random chapters in the book, right? You have to learn specific subject matters. So when you're studying for a test, you know, maybe you read over your notes that you took in class, and you go through the PowerPoints that the professor gave you. And then you write out the steps on a whiteboard. You know, I used to draw diagrams in biology so I could visualize what I was actually learning. And then, you know, put it on flashcards and you can study each side. After that step, maybe you have someone quiz you to ask you questions and test you to see what you really know. And then you do a final review and you're ready for the test. So it's all those little steps in between and the discipline between those steps to get to the end goal that really matter the most. If you show up on test day and you haven't done any of those steps, you're not going to do that well. But if you break it down into simple steps and make studying a different process, learn it from different angles, try different methods, on test day you're going to be much more prepared. If neither of those steps worked, then the next test you know that you need to do a different process. But if it did work for you, now you've got a practical process in play and it just becomes clockwork. I hope that this was a practical way to kind of break down and simplify processes for your life and kind of just deconstruct things into much easier bite-sized pieces. Don't look at it as this big daunting project, because ultimately that's how stagnation happens, and that's how we end up staying in these places in our lives that we really don't want to be. So I really don't want that for you, and that's a huge reason why we put together content like this every single week. As I mentioned at the beginning, together with my brother's production company, we are going to be releasing brand new content starting in October. So we're filming right now. We're getting our space ready to go, so we have a brand new office to film in. I'm very excited about it because we've been waiting for this project to be done for a while. And as I mentioned, we're very busy people and we love to put this content together. We just want it to be the best possible version of ourselves that we can be. So any kind of feedback that you are wanting to give us, or topic suggestions that you'd like us to cover in our new travel series, definitely send us a message and we'll put that on the calendar to start filming. And when we have our office done, we'll show you the brand new results so you can see what we're working with and what we've got going on behind the scenes. From here on out, we really want to reward you all for engaging with us and helping us to grow. You don't know how essential it is and how important it is for us to get our numbers up and how much we really appreciate it. So we're going to start sending you some love back with stickers from our brand new collection that we're going to be releasing in October. So if you want to get on that early, hit us up, subscribe to our channels, follow us. We'll send you a message and get that product to you. We have specials going on this week, so if you are wanting to get out of town, we have a discount code. You can check out our shop at adventurekits.com and use our special code FALLTIME10 to save 10%. Our first 10 guests will receive a free sticker, so definitely grab that before that special is gone. I know that myself included have been very eager to get on the road, so it's a great time to travel and get out in nature. There's plenty of places you could go that are safe and away from people, so you maintain those COVID distances and things like that. We really just want you to be safe and have a good time and enjoy your life. You know, enjoy the things that from the day to day that you don't think are important, but they are. And everything that you do in your day-to-day life adds up to something really big in the end. So thank you all so much for tuning in. We will see you all next time. Bye for now.